Hello and welcome. Today we have the pleasure to have here Servaas Michielssens. He is the portfolio manager of Candriam Oncology Impact Fund. Hi, Servaas.
Hello, good afternoon.
Why to launch now an oncology fund?
So, the principal reason for us to launch an oncology fund is actually because we wanted to give investors a vehicle to do something more against this horrible disease, against cancer. And how do we want to do that? It's obviously by investing in the best possible companies that are active in this space and generate also good investment for our investors. But we want to do something more than that, and that's why the fund is called Impact. We also wanted to donate a part of our management fee to charities. So this is actually, it's a very complicated problem, and to solve it, you will need different kind of solutions. You will need better research, you will need better research equipment. So that's one area where we invest. You will need better diagnosis. If you can spot a cancer in a very early stage, you have a much better chance, a patient has a much better chance of survival. If you spot the cancer early, you also need to understand the cancer. We're very strong believers that cancer is a complicated disease that we need many solutions. So you need to understand that cancer, you need to profile the cancer. That's another angle of type of company that you can invest in. You also need medical technology. You know there is a cancer. What is usually the best way to get rid of that cancer is by surgery, by radiation. So medical technology is also a solution to this problem. And a fifth solution to this problem, or a fifth part of the solution to the problem, is better drugs, is better medication to solve the problem. So the idea of the funds is by those 5 angles we'll tackle this problem. And it's really your conviction that you'll need all 5 of them to solve the problem. And eventually that's our long-term goal, is to make this at least a chronic disease, but we hope a curable disease.
Okay, and how do you select the companies? How is your investment approach? How do you know the companies?
Mm-hmm. That's obviously, and it's very particular to this sector. Here you really need to understand the type of product you're investing in. And that's why we have in this particular strategy, we have a team of PhDs that's very well experienced. They have research experience, experience in biotech companies to really understand how drug development works, to select drugs in an early enough stadium that you can make a good investment, support the company to develop a drug, at the same time have a nice return, but don't take excessive risk. And to find that right balance, you need people who can understand how drug development works and what the chances are that a drug will eventually reach the market. And by this, it will be a good investment. But the core question we always ask is this a drug that if you are a patient, if you are a doctor, would we prescribe this to patients? If you are a patient, would we take the drug? That is really the core question that we ask. But to make that judgment, you need scientists.
Okay. And finally, you're an impact fund. How do you select the foundations or the places where you donate part of your management fee?
Mm-hmm. That's a very good question, a very important point of the fund, because if you look at how research happens, how innovation comes, you need a kind of interaction, you need the ecosystem of academic grassroots research combined with companies that then bring it to market. And that's what we wanted to do with this donation. We want to select donations that have a very strong focus on research to keep that basic academic research alive. And from that research, and eventually companies can do large clinical studies, can bring things to market, can bring things to patients. But you need both, and we wanted to really act on both with this fund. So both the basic research and the companies, and all that together makes it a good investment, but we want to keep the ecosystem alive, basically. And that's why you need the donations. You need to keep that basic research alive.
It's been very interesting. Thank you very much, Servaas.
You're very welcome. And I hope by doing this we can do something for cancer patients and provide our clients with a good investment.
Hopefully.